Welcome back, everyone. With me today is...
Sailor Jerry.
And some Pontificate poster.
So this time we've got a full-length video. It's a little shorter than most, and we're going to be stretching our legs in the jackdaw. Now there's one big area of Nassau I didn't get to. It's the British fort that I was just looking at. Don't worry, we'll be going there soon, someday.
It's not much up there. A couple of collectible. I mean, it's a nice story piece later on because why wouldn't it? Pet the cat.
Yeah, we got to pet the cat.
Continue
he doesn't
petting
really
the cat.
pet the cat. He just sort of stands
40 minutes
there.
of petting the cat.
I don't think you can kill cats and domestic animals in this game, but the game yells at you for it.
Oh, look at the kitty.
Listen, Kenway has standards.
Are there cats or animals in Paris in Unity?
I think I want to say yes, but you can't pet them.
Oh.
You can pet them in Rogue, but you can't pet them in Unity, which some people found disappointing.
Morning, Kenway.
Like everything with Unity.
Not a bad-looking tinderbox you got there.
You sound a bit green, horny gold. Is it envy? Is mine bigger than yours?
No, I reckon it's this Jamaican funk. I prefer the Spanish stuff.
Is that like dank?
So, you've got yourself a fancy brig now. Fine. Well, I'm going to teach you how to sail right. And how to take a prize the proper way.
So, Nathan Hornigold,
We'll catch you up at the old fish.
another English privateer.
Yep.
Later turned pirate hunter.
Oh,
in
but that's
the later stages of his life. This game is full of real life people.
Yeah. It really is. There's very few characters that just completely made up.
Yeah. Unlike Rogue, where I'm pretty sure... Besides Edward, there's and his family, there's like, I don't know, 2 or 3 other fake characters, but that's about it.
Where's your helmsman, Kenway?
I take pride in piloting my own ships, Ben. Keeps me alert.
Let's make some headway, shall we?
I've no need for schooling. How many...
Now, in this game, you need a spyglass. Spyglass is very useful because there's all sorts of ships you can raid on the ocean, but if you don't know what you're looking for, if you need materials to craft upgrades for your ships, and it would be really annoying if you didn't know what each ship had before you plundered it.
Note to self, raid the fucking Man of Wars because they have a ton of crap. Regardless.
They really do, but at this point in the game, fighting a Man of War is insane. You will never beat them.
That is true.
They just have way too much health and firepower to fight.
Yes. So, anyway, in Black Flag Land, there are roughly 5 classes of ships. You have the little puny gunboats, which you saw.
Yeah, they're
you can't actually capture gunboats, you can just blow them up. You have schooners, which are a little bigger than a gunboat, but are shorter, but are the second smallest. You have brigs, which is what the Jackdaw is, and that's kind of like the medium jack-of-all-trades ones. Generally, they're identifiable on the sea because they're the ones that actually have rams on the front of them. You have frigates, which are the next class up, which are slightly bigger, and usually have about 2-ish rows of cannons on them. And then you have the Man of Wars, which are gigantic ships, and dear fucking god, you're going to die unless you have a lot of upgrades.
There is another way.
Does that sound about right?
There is another way that was mentioned in the thread. Is that there is a trick with attacking Man of Wars that you can jump over the side of your boat, go up on the deck of the Man of War and kill everyone, then you can just fire a shot and it'll surrender instantly.
Or of course, you could always do the thing where you kill one person and continually capture the same man of war over and over again.
I did not know that either.
I don't know if you know about that.
I have never heard of that.
Cheesing it, yeah.
We'll talk after the video.
Now, every time
I don't know if they've ever patched it out, but there's a hilarious one.
every time you want to take over a ship, you have to go into this little boarding mission. For small ships like this, it's usually just kill 5 guys on the deck. For others, you might need to do a little exploring yourself. Well, not really exploring, but doing various tasks. Like destroying the powder magazine or getting up to the mast and taking down the flag.
There's only about basically, well, the class of the ship determines what it is. Schooners have 5, brigs have 10, frigates have 15, and so do man of wars. Or no, man of wars have 20.
We're sailors like yourselves, but quite unalike in our purpose.
But I can discuss secondary objectives.
Take all that you own. Yet no harm.
There's only a finite set, and I've been playing rogue, so I know there's
at ease.
And I was using the swivel gun to take over that ship. That's the only time you can actually manually fire the swivel gun. You can't do it in naval combat.
Tell your friends we're stealing.
It's basically like 5 free shots on the deck of the other ship. It's an insta kill on any enemy it hits.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Lock him in the hold and take everything that isn't nailed down.
Unfortunately, I got rid of the swivel guns and rogues.
There's some nice music playing over this scene.
Puckle guns, which are fucking chain guns. Of course, somebody's going to complain to me that a puckle gun actually isn't a chain gun, but it's a gun. It's a Gatling gun.
Get used to it.
Now, when you board a ship, there's 3 things you can do with it. At this point in the game, we can only do one thing, but there are different things you can do with it. All of the real important naval mechanics get introduced pretty fast in this game over the course of the next, like, 4 or 5 missions.
You couldn't. Well, there was a dude you could have saved. No, he's drowned.
Well, it was
Tom
his
Hanks.
time.
Congratulations.
It was his time, Toffel, and who am I to play God?
There's an island
Have
right
you
there.
been playing this fucking series ever? So,
Yep.
welcome to hell. This is hell. This is why I fucking hate collecting stuff in Plug. 46 fucking chests.
So many of them. So many chests.
Jump in the water. Swim to the island. Open the chest. Jump back in the water. Swim back to the boat. Move on.
You know, it wouldn't even bother me that much if
They didn't even bother putting anything to, like, at least Rogue. They cut down on the collectibles, and just about every place there is one, they gave you a fucking fast travel point back to the ship.
I wouldn't complain as much if it was really easy to get back and forth from the Jackdaw, but you always have to swim, and swimming is annoyingly slow.
Yes. So now you're looking for something bigger to...
Yep, we need to find one of those schooners instead of a weak little gunboat. And you may notice it back when I was hunting down my first ship, but I actually triggered
They're actually just fucking worthless. Oh, I guess there's fishing vessels too, but those are like gunboats, but actually serve a purpose.
Yeah.
You can't destroy them. They're just there to make your life hell. Gunboats just don't really do it. They theoretically have a purpose. Theoretically, they will go down in one hit. And they will not damage you very much.
And the Observant may notice that I triggered a fort attack mission when I was hunting my first ship. I didn't do anything about that because I didn't mean to trigger it. But we'll be getting to that this video or next. What exactly those are all about.
a scooter.
The Santa Lucia.
So in terms of combat, you have was ramming the goddamn gunboat really necessary? Yes, it was. What am I kidding? So you have about five attacks you can do.
You got the mortars, you got the front shot, you got the broadside,
chain shot.
You got the heavy shot, you got the
chain
swivel gun, and then you got ramming.
Yeah.
So there's... Oh yeah, and barrels. So there's
barrels,
7.
too.
Yeah, there's
7 fire. Everybody forgets about fire barrels. I personally forgot about ramming,
there's
but
a bit...
that's
Well,
something you don't actually get.
You can get a ram pretty soon. But yeah, there's...
Okay, yes, but you can't actually get the useful ram upgrade until very late in the game. I won't say exactly what it is, but it's fucking hilarious for this series. And Rogue starts you off with it right from the get-go, so I don't really care. The other mechanics of it are just amazing. I don't know how it works or
when
why
a ship
it works,
is
but
disabled and you can board it, you always have the option of just blowing the ship to hell and then stealing the materials that fall out, but they aren't as
Half a dozen
much.
scores of that size and you'll be set for a year. Now let's sell this cargo.
Caveat,
Yeah,
the
that's
caveat
what
being
I was saying.
that you lose half the
Saw
materials.
this shit. I'm looking for a price that
Yeah,
will set me up for
I mean you
life.
lose.
As much as I
That's
would
exactly
like to go into port, we need to complete one of the additional objectives.
From the likes of kings.
Well, I'll be a man of property and promise anyway.
Jesus. let
Now
that
there's
dream
something
go.
very embarrassing coming up when I board my next ship.
Naughty.
Do you ever dream of the big score? A ship so full of gold and silver, just split it and sail home.
Sure, but it's only.
Oh, and you may notice on the mini-map there's a line going across the center. That indicates the direction of the wind. If it's sort of yellow-green like it is now, the wind's pretty good. It's not slowing you down. If it's bright green, the wind is right behind your sail and you move fast.
We're playing fucking
if it's
Wind
red,
Waker, yeah.
you're going very slowly. Yep. Unlike in Wind Waker, you cannot change the direction of it manually.
Yeah. So basically,
Yeah.
then again, you're not up to the point where you can recruit things. So I mean, really, you could do the boarding minigame, but you're just gonna. Right now, you're more just trying to get enough shit to.
Yeah. And then it's usually after this batch of missions that I start upgrading the ship usually. Now something embarrassing is going to happen. Well, it's not this ship, but it is the next one. I think I do something very stupid. Now red barrels to me are like moths to a flame. I just have to blow them up.
Yeah. So that could be one of the potential side objectives. Those are the gunpowder barrels for the ship. There are gunpowder barrels. Take off the flag, kill the enemy captain, kill the enemy officers, kill the scouts, who are the guys up in the lookouts. Am I missing? No, those are generally the 5 objectives where they'll pull a random second or third objective.
Now, one of the big dangers
Complete,
of fighting in
boarding
ship
process.
combat is running into rocks around. Sometimes you may think a fight's going to be very simple, but then you get into a very kind of rocky area, and that rock can really do a lot of damage to you. It's just one reason why you got to watch the map when you're attacking someone.
generally, the one thing with at least with the Jackdaws, because it is a brig, it is smaller, and it's not a man of war.
Oh hey, here's a rare sight.
But it is smaller.
Sorry about that.
Those are the fishing boats, I think.
To be fair, that guy had it coming to him. I think we can all agree on that.
No. So this is one of the various, like, little towns in the Caribbean, little shanty town.
Hey,
You're probably
why
looking
did
to
you
get
think,
drunk
why
and
would
pick
you
a
think
fight,
that about me,
I'm
huh?
guessing.
That's everywhere we go.
Because I know this particular town has a fucking tavern, and that's what you have to do to unlock the tavern. So what will it be? Will Kenway stare longingly at somebody? Will he accidentally spill his drink on somebody? Or will he just start a fight? I have seen that entire little cutscene way too many fucking times, mind you. Oh, shanties. Somehow shanties are fucking easy to get in, bro. I think they cut down on the speed of them, and they didn't make the paths nearly as bitchy.
Now, I lost a lot of time there.
You can actually outrun them when you're on a straight line, which is great for that.
Even so, I come pretty close to getting it, but this time, it is not to be.
Yes, don't...
I decide I have more pressing concerns at the moment than jumping down to the seafloor and getting that treasure chest. Or not the seafloor, that's crazy. Down to the bottom of the island. Oh yeah, there's no diving mechanic in this game. At least not something Edward can do manually in usual gameplay.
Whoops. Fuck him.
Alright, go by the freaking intermediate hull, man. It's right there.
Also, in this game, it's very hard to actually drown people. Unlike the other games, water is everywhere, and people are actually good at, not dying immediately when they touch water.
Yeah, that'd kind of be a problem with this game, especially because your sailors have an annoying tendency to fall to drink during the boarding process. I mean, it's bound to you have to understand, like, the boarding process is not for people wondering. The boarding process is actually fairly random because it depends really on what the hell the sea is doing and where you are in the process of starting it. Which can be very advantageous for when you start flunking away and softening up to people with a fucking swivel cannon. Because you could easily kill like 20 dudes with a swivel cannon if you have the high ground and you can easily get on the boat. But if you're trying to board a man of war, which is probably a good 10 or 15 feet taller than the the deck is 10 or 15 feet taller than the Jackdaw's deck, it could be fine.
I'm sure we will.
I mean, we'll see it, I'm sure. Because it'll happen. And then you throw in choppy seas later on.
The swivel gun needs to be at least level with the ship you're attacking to be of any use whatsoever.
Or more.
And sometimes the seas just are not going to do that when you attack, so you have to go in and fight manually. Sometimes the seas will be so choppy that you'll actually get height on a man of war. Yeah.
Yes. Which is my favorite time.
Now, if your guys end up in the water, do they path back to the boat, or they just drown?
They will start climbing. They will path on to the other boat and start climbing up the side of the ship.
Yep.
They don't
Well,
immediately die. They
we're
kind of just
kidding,
swim over
pirate.
and start. Yeah, you're picking a fight. I kind of... I don't know why this entire process is like so... I can't remember if you had to do this in 3 for unlocking taverns. I don't think there were really even taverns in
Well,
3.
you're mostly hanging around Boston.
Probably for
New
the
York,
best,
and the
because
frontier.
Native Americans and drinking, that's not always a winning...
But anyway...
let's not go
you just
there.
kick the
That's-
crap out of these guys, and then you unlock the tavern, and then the tavern guy can tell you a secret that's on the map or something interesting.
Yeah.
Get information, as it were.
Yeah. Like for... Oh, hey, there's a map we could find if we were to get over there. And, like, no, I always find it hilarious because they kept the same mechanic in Rogue, and in Rogue you're like, oh, hey, I just watched like 100,000 people die, and I'm gonna go, like, make things right. Now I'm gonna go pick a fight in the tavern.
Now, even at this point in the game,
Priorities, man.
attacking a fort in a medium part of the map, that's basically a suicide mission. You just do not have enough firepower to destroy it before it destroys you. And one thing with ships, that sometimes ships will attack you when you're attacking a fort, and this can actually work out good for you because you can do the boarding process in the middle of a fort attack. So you can disable a boat, use it to repair your ship, and then just go on fighting the fort, and it's okay.
Yes, and one...
Yeah, there's no arguing.
They're health pickups. They're fucking health pickups. Let's just cut straight to the chase. The fort doesn't even heal itself. It just stays broken. You can repair, yeah, sure, I'm down to like one fraction of the last bar, and I have to go like completely retrofit the ship. Yeah, we'll just stay here. We're not going to repair any of our fortifications or anything for the next 2 weeks while you repair your ship. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, now we're dead.
And we're not going to actually sink the Jackdaw when it's in the middle of boarding. So just let him take over the ship, keep this fight going. That's the
Whatever,
gentlemanly
go get the
way
message
to do it.
in the bottle.
Yep. Last real collectible thing. There's a lot of pickups in this game, in the main game and the present day stuff. But the thing is, it's not really interesting putting them in a video,
Oh, yes,
so I'll do a
yeah.
bonus video when I have all of them.
Yes, so you can read this SOS.
Yeah.
God damn it. That's the alcohol talk.
And that's polluting, Edward. Just throwing the bottle back into the sea.
Alright.
I mean, they aren't little messages either. It takes like a good 5-10 minutes to read them. Maybe a little less, but it's still too much for a video.
So, you bought the first hull upgrade. You look a little shinier. You take twice as much damage. That really was the full mission, fuck.
Yep.
So basically, Harbor Masters in this game serves the same thing as the crafting menu does for
What about
upgrades
you
and
today?
shit, but...
Keep this up and Nassau will be the first city where men and women may live as God made them. Easy and free. All it takes,
Hey,
It's
Hornigold,
just
nothing
free
is
shit.
free.
sweat.
Everything is permitted.
We fly no colours out here. Praise the lack of them. Let the black flag signal nothing but your allegiance to man's natural freedoms.
This one's yours. Fly it proud.
I will.
Hand over the docket I lent you. If we're to keep our republic afloat, we'll need guns as well as gold.
That means attacking the Navy.
So long as they're flying King Philip's colors will not offend our own monarch. Stands up! Let's get moving! As you've likely seen, the number of merchants roving these
Yep, spyglass. You can also use the spyglass on towns and stuff to see roughly what they are.
Easy purchase, but
They
in
need
small
to do
doses.
what the little checklists for completing them are. But
it's best to cause a bit of mischief.
Catch a few small fish to attract the big ones.
That's right. Sail home. So plunder and pillage as you see fit, Captain.
Now, I had to do this, I had to hear this little speech of Hornigold's an annoying number of times. But to be fair, that was because of my own idiocy.
is that because you died, or because you went to various other places and every time you hopped back on the ship you started it up again? Because I fucking hate that bug.
Because I died.
Okay.
Because I died. I very rarely just wander around on a mission.
I mean, right now you really don't have a lot of options. You've got shitty guns. You don't have mortars. I don't think you even have heavy shots, so you're just using round shot. You should probably have chain shotted this guy sometime or in the past, but whatever. Not gonna.
Oh yeah, you have to buy heavy shots for a mission that's coming up pretty soon. But I thought heavy shot was an upgrade the game just gave you, but no, I started the mission without heavy shot and had to restart it.
They don't usually do that.
They hate it when that happens.
I'm shocked that they did.
There was one mission that said I had to upgrade my ship. And I could not, like, get enough stuff to do it, and finally was like, screw it, and did the mission anyway. And didn't need to, so I guess it kind of goes both ways.
Yeah. So those are fire barrels. Fire barrels are absolutely worthless.
Yeah, they do very real damage. They actually can injure you, too, if they explode too
Fire
close
barrels
to you.
are not worth it.
And it's just, they're not worth it.
Maybe if someone is really chasing you hard, but generally, smarter than that.
Yeah. And the ships that do chase you hard, they will destroy you long before fire barrels can do anything. Because there are some ships whose AI is like focused on ramming you to death.
I'm gonna light myself on fire and ram you to death.
Well.
I will not say any more than that.
Now I will say for the boarding sequences, they have pretty good music. Makes it very exciting. This track in particular is called Lay Aboard, Lads, which is something Edward said in the cutscene.
Fucking heavy dudes.
Ah, I didn't do the human shield thing again. It came up too soon for me to register.
It was much better in Assassin's Creed 3 when they would actually line up in a firing line and try to kill you. And
yeah,
flag, it doesn't always work in neither in the road that much. And they got rid of it in Unity, so.
It's a very situational kind of thing. Now, as you may notice, your crew is not particularly good at killing the enemy.
No, they're about as good as an AI would be. Which is to say, utter shit.
Yeah. The one thing useful they do is sometimes they'll fire a shot at the guy you're fighting, so it'll just stun him, and then you can kill him more easily. That's about the only useful thing they do. In fact, sometimes when I would be boarding a man of war, I would go up to the top of the ship to take down the flag, and then I would leave a couple below just for my guys to finish them off. And I was standing there for like 2-3 minutes.
Kill the whale.
It was ridiculous.
Get pet on her ass. No?
Well, I don't have the harpoon.
Oh.
That's another upgrade you have to buy.
That.
But I don't think the harpoon is restricted by the storyline. So as soon as you want to buy it, I think you can. Oh yeah, there are some upgrades you just have to progress.
Oh god, there's one in particular that is completely plot driven, but you can't do a specific type of location in this game without it, and it takes forever to get sometimes. So.
Oh yeah, I was just demonstrating flying fire cannons.
Hey wait, you almost hit somebody with a fire barrel! It didn't work. I got rid of fire barrels in Rogue too.
They are so useless.
They replaced them with like oil traps in the water. That you light on fire.
Now, if you attack a Spanish ship and there are other Spanish ships around, of course they'll go and help out their friend. But sometimes you'll see British and Spanish ships fighting, and if you start a fight with one ship, the other ship won't attack you. So if you help out a Spanish ship against a British ship,
Action
British
AI.
ship will shoot at you. Yep. But sometimes it's just fun to watch the AI fight itself.
So see, this is what I'm talking about, different heights. Where he has a much better chance because the water is actually a little lower on the other boat. So you have...
Yeah. So he really can't get a very good shot on me.
Meanwhile, you can see just how utterly ridiculous this is. Now, if you really wanted to, and there's actually a second swivel gun you can use, but it's on the completely other end of it's on the stern of the ship. Actually, no. Whatever. There's one on the stern and there's one on the bow. So you can use both of them to do it, but both only have a finite amount of ammo before they deplete and you're left to waste time.
Oh hey, it's a Spanish captain. Captain overboard. That's the best. That's the fastest way to get rid of captains, or any enemy really, is just to get him up against the wall, and then Edward just knee him right in the groin and kill him.
Or shoot him with a sword cannon.
Money, my boy.
Yeah. Apparently, in the Assassin's Creed universe, a lot of people have brittle bone disorder.
It's one of my favorite optional objectives I've found in a game so far. Kill dude with a puckle gun. Like, okay, he's a boss. And 2 buckle gun shots, he's dead. And the buckle gun, for the record, the buckle gun is a it's a fucking Gatling gun, but basically a flintlock Gatling gun. So it's chain shot, lots of rapid fire shots. It's hilarious.
This is our first hunter ship. If you get different levels of notoriety, they'll send hunter ships after you. Sometimes it's not really worth getting rid of notoriety just because the hunter ships give you some pretty good supplies. But as you get more notoriety, they send more powerful ships up at you, up to Naval.
So
now me crashing into that little island there, that's one of the reasons I had to replay this part of the mission so many times, was that one time I got into a fight with a hunter ship, and then accidentally I wandered into a little, like, rocky lagoon, so I ended up crashing up against a rock several times, and I was a sitting duck for the hunter ship. blew me to hell.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
But it goes down without much fanfare.
Positioning, positioning, positioning.
Yep. But the thing with Mana Wars is you can't really do that since they have height on you almost all the time anyway.
Yeah, unless you somehow manage to accidentally snipe. They do arc, the projectiles do arc slightly, but they have so much forward velocity that's really hard to make it go well, make it work well. But you can sometimes arc and hit the powder magazines, and that's good for a couple of dudes, usually. Especially when it's still... your dudes haven't boarded to shoot.
Oh, look at that! I tried to do an air assassination on that guy from behind, and he still reacted to me.
He was aware.
That was ridiculous.
He was combat aware. Combat aware dudes can't be air assassinated.
But it's ridiculous. That guy was looking away from me, and I pounced on him. You'd think that would work.
You'd be wrong. But
yeah, you'd be wrong about that. But you know, it was worth trying. Now I could have sworn I kept in this video one of the ships I was going after was I boarded it normally, but this time I wanted to do something a little different, so I got up to the top of the Jackdaw, and then I was going to go over the rigging to get onto the other ship. I tried to jump from the Jackdaw's rigging to the other ship, but I missed my target, so I ended up jumping onto the deck from the rigging, and it obviously killed me instantly.
Yeah, I fucking hate those people who say that Unity made the parkour worse. Because that wouldn't happen in Unity. Did you get banned for cheating?
Me?
Yeah.
Banned from what?
You just said something about an Ethernet error.
It's this stupid Ethernet cable. Sometimes when it's right in the PS3, it'll do that. It'll just say an Ethernet cable is not connected, even though it clearly is. I hate this stupid thing. And the message will flash up like 5 or 6 times sometimes. It's so weird. And anyway, being good at a game ain't cheating, Toffel. Oh yeah, and rum upgrades, rum that you get on the high seas, that's not used for any upgrades, so you can just sell it.
Yeah, rum and sugar are just cash, just alternative forms of cash.
Yeah.
Metal is generally used for metal thingies and wheel.
Oh yeah, it's talking about something called Kenway's Fleet. We'll be getting around to that soon enough.
Oh,
you have Viewplay stuff.
Oh yeah, no, we're still way away from that.
Not that far. We're like 3 or 4 missions.
Yeah.
Before that mechanic becomes available.
You're a wonder, Kenway. You've a knack for this kind of work. It ain't work if you love it.
And hey, we're a little more powerful. We got a small set of cannons.
But I ain't doing
Not much, but we're a little
until
more
I get
powerful.
enough coin to buy some land and influence back home.
Jesus, will you listen to your tripe? Still dreaming on about that strumpet back in England when you could have any better...
Oh yeah, and this official bribing mechanic, you don't really need to do it, because one of the things you can do after you take over a ship from now on is you can reset your wanted level, so officials are basically pointless.
Yeah. Even less so than...
There's a few talking about meeting with Master Kid.
Notoriety just sucks in this game. It really has no purpose.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of fun to leave it very high and then just fight everyone from one corner.
It's like playing GTA with 5 stars on all the time.
Exactly. That's almost exactly what it is. Except in this game, it's not nearly as unmanageable.